Am I the only one who rarely ever cleans my lenses? So it's not because I don't have the equipment, as you can see, but I don't know, I just never really sit down and just clean them unless they're really dirty and have some spots on. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Nikolaj Green and I'm a photographer from Denmark. And on this channel we really like to talk about photography, but also just things that comes up to my mind, and that's actually what we're going to talk about today. So recently I've been having this urge to go out to the west coast of Denmark to explore and just take photos of whatever we find out there. I've been up there many times, and every time I go out there I find new things to photograph, and these photos always turn out way better than I expect. But I've had one problem, and that is I didn't want to go out there alone. And that's just because I think I can take better photos if I have someone in the photo and that I can actually take the photos. So I have my friend to be the subject of the photo and I don't have to be the subject myself. So the problem I have is the friend I usually bring along that is known to how I take the photos and know what to do when I take the photos I do doesn't have time this weekend. And it's really unfortunate because the weather out there should be very great tonight and we should have a clear sky, so we'll have a really nice sunset, but also a clear sky so we can maybe take some photos of the stars. So the fact I don't want to go out there alone without a friend is a problem in my opinion. I think it stops many people from doing what they love because they're out there alone and feel like it's not as fun if you're out there alone. But if there's one thing I've learned from traveling alone is the experiences can be as memorable as when you're out there with a friend. Because if it's something you really love doing, nothing should stop you from doing it. So this means we're gonna take the car and go out to the west coast alone and just enjoy the nature, enjoy the sunset, and hopefully get some nice photos while we're out there. So let's pick up the bag and get going. So I hope you can hear what I'm saying. It's a bit windy out here, but I'm behind the bunker, so the wind shouldn't be too disturbing for the video. And I hope you just enjoyed the little cinematic sequence I just made. I'm currently practicing on making those cinematic sequences just because I want to get good at it. So this is a great practice for me. And I mean, just look at the view behind me. The sunset is very beautiful and the environment here is just perfect. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you think about it, I had actually decided that I wouldn't go today just because I didn't have anyone to go with. But I ended up doing it anyways, and I'm just very glad I did it because even though I went alone, I still had a very memorable trip and very nice evening here. So definitely worth it to go alone, even though it would have been better if I had someone to film so I can get a little bit more creative with the video. And I'll do that next time when I have someone to film, but this time I was alone and you had to work with what you got. So still I think it turned out pretty good. So even though you don't have any friends who's photographers or anyone to do all the stuff you want to do with, just go out and do it yourself, and eventually I hope one day I'll find some friends that are into photography and we can go out to shoot together. But currently I don't have anyone. I have one friend who knows a bit about photography, but he isn't a photographer himself. So until I find someone else who is a photographer or videographer that I can go out and shoot with, I have to go alone and I have to work with what I got. But if it's something I really love doing, there's nothing that's really gonna stop me doing it. So
I'm just gonna keep on going even though I'm alone, and I would recommend you guys doing it too. If you want to go travel and you don't have anyone to travel with, find places you feel safe to travel to alone and just go, because it isn't unsafe to travel alone. Or if you have a hobby you really want to have someone to share with but you don't have anyone, just keep going and eventually you'll find someone who shares the same interest in the hobby as you. So that was just a message I had to all of you guys who's questioning the things you're doing because you kind of feel lonely, or you have so many ideas that you need to do like I have. Then just keep pushing, and eventually I hope I'll find someone to go out and take photos with. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below and consider subscribing to my channel. I upload 2 times a week, both photography content but also just things I have on my mind like this video. And comment down below if you're like me and don't really have anyone to share your hobby or interest with. That's it from me. I'm out.